Okay, so sorry for the earlier glitch that has happened. So unfortunately, this is the situation that we've got. The fresh update is New Zealand have won the toss and have opted to bowl. The big change in the Australian playing 11 is that Travis Head returns. That's a major, major boost for Australia. So looking at their batting lineup, it'll be Warner, it'll be Head, Marsh, Smith, Maxwell. Oh, if that is not a deadlier batting order, then I don't know which one is. New Zealand, on the other hand, bowl first. Maybe they have got an advantage on this Dharamshala wicket where there'll be a bit of early movement, early zip at this point in time. So, this is the playing 11 that we have got at this point. For New Zealand, Devon Conway, Will Young, still no Kane Williamson, Rachin Ravindra, Daryl Mitchell, Tom Latham, Glenn Phillips, James Neesham. He is the big addition in this side today. James Neesham, Mitchell Santner, Matt Henry, Lockie Ferguson, Trent Bolt. Now that is a pretty good playing 11 that you got for New Zealand at this point. For the Australian lineup, if you look at it, okay, so this is the Australia 11. Warner, Head, Marsh, Smith, Marnus Labuschagne, Josh Ingles, Maxwell, Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark, Adam Zampa, Josh Hazelwood. Two very equally matched teams. Gentlemen, what do you think?
Now we can think since you muted yourself, so easier to think. I think one big miss for Australia. I mean, it's been a miss for the last couple of games. Toyne is still not fit, not coming back. So that's one thing. I see that New Zealand have got Jimmy Neesham. That's for Ish Sodhi, I'm guessing. That's the change
No,
that they've made.
Chapman. I think Chapman is out.
Chapman may have been out. That's true. At least the last game was India game for them. Yeah, which Chapman played. So Chapman goes out and Neesham comes in. I think that gives a bit more balance to the New Zealand team. Another fast bowling option they will have, and the fact that they won the toss and for a change, no Dew is going to play any role. We know that Dew played a bit of a role in that earlier game in Dharamshala between India and New Zealand, where it wasn't that easy in the second half and New Zealand were bowling. Today they'll be bowling first. The good thing for Australia, no issue when they will be bowling second, but I think they will get some advantage if you are up in the north. Even in Delhi, if you were to play an early morning game, the fast bowlers do get, excuse me, some sort of movement here. Imagine high up in the altitude of Dharamshala. So there will be a bit of a movement. So we'll have to see how Mitch Marsh and then David Warner approach their innings. You'll have to be a little bit careful here. First few overs, give the fast bowlers a first few overs, and then get into your groove later. Could be a high scoring round. I mean, it is a high scoring round and it's a day game, so expect a high scoring game. I'm guessing 300 plus. If you're anywhere below 300, I don't think you have too much of a chance, because I feel if New Australia do not set a 300 plus sort of a total, I think New Zealand might just chase it. So yeah, it's one of those games that I've been looking forward to this entire World Cup. And finally, we've got a thriller that happened last night. So hopefully that trend, as I think Harshit pointed out, that in IPL when Rinku hit and then we got, that Rinku hit came after a very long time. Once he got that hit, we had many thrillers. So here's hoping we get a few more thrillers, and today might just be second in a row.
Absolutely. And it's very nicely said, I would say, this Trans-Tasman rivalry, because a win here for either of the teams, really strengthens their case as far as solidifying a position in the top four is concerned. Australia, if it wasn't for those, two early losses, well, they were looking like a very good team coming into the tournament. Albeit they'd lost those three matches on the trot to South Africa. But then look at the recovery that they've done, and which is why I'm reminded of something that Nikhil says very often, that if you don't want one side to be there in the top four in the, or at the business end of a tournament, it's Australia, because you don't want to be poking the bear. The bear perhaps has been poked in those first couple of matches. They're looking progressively good. That's what I make of this Australian side. They've and they only go from strength to strength. The way you it looks at the moment with that addition of Travis Head, somebody who they rely on for the off spin, and more so actually with the bat. So how good is Travis Head now? Is he undercooked or not? Siddharth and I, Nikhil, we were just talking about if, let's say, he's as fit as Ben Stokes, which is, let's undercooked Ben Stokes that we're seeing right now, only available to bat, that to not hitting the right chords at the moment. How fit is Travis Head, and what's his return going to be like? That I think could hold the key with the bat for Australia, because he, mind you, can be really, really explosive right at the top. So very interesting though. Trent Bolt has enjoyed in the past bowling to these Australians as well. So plenty of matchups. It definitely excites me. Plenty of matchups to look forward to. And how can one forget 2015 when these two teams gave us an absolute thriller as well?
I think we're getting some news that it could be Head and Warner that are going to be opening, and that and Mitch Marsh comes one down. Ooh, uh, that's interesting. I wouldn't have changed that. I would have still kept the Mitch Marsh Warner combo going. It's done pretty well for them so far in the tournament, and I'm sure Head could have been fitted in. But I know then Smith bats at 4 anyway, because if Mitch is coming in at 3, Smith bats at 4, and then
Love.
Labus Khachine goes at 5.
Right.
So I think that's how they're going to be, and then English and or Maxwell, whichever way. I think depending on the situation they're going to do. I mean, I wouldn't have changed that combination.
Any particular thought behind that?
I mean, because it was doing well, so why would I want to
Doing
change
well.
it?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Why fix something that's not broken? And also because Head is coming back after an injury, you're saying, right? So we may take a
Yeah.
game or two to get into the groove. Why would you want New Zealand? Uh, I mean, the opposition, every time they get a quick early wicket, they start out well, vis-a-vis a situation where the opening partnership goes along for 60, 70, 80 runs, and then you become flat after that. So the start is very important, and you'd want to give yourself, remember we spoke about yesterday that, I mean, and that was just an over here and there, that why wouldn't you give Shine the first over and then get
Hmm.
Iftikhar in second, because that start in itself can make a big change. So what, like, let's say 10 for 1 or 15 for 1, Australia at the start of the match, vis-a-vis 80 for no loss, is a completely different complexion to the game going forward. I'm not saying that it can't happen the either way. I mean, if Mitch Marsh and Warner were playing, even then it could be 15 for 1, and Head and Warner playing could also mean 80 for no loss. It can happen both ways, but more chances of Mitch and Warner doing that right now. Though Head, I'm a big fan. He's a fantastic batter, but I'm just saying, just coming back after a break, also you had a combination going. I don't know. That's how I see it.
But I don't think you could have made any other kind of adjustment. Head is a natural opener when it comes to white ball cricket. And because of that, all the other batters would have to make the adjustment. However, I do not understand the logic of maybe having a Marnus Labuschagne at number 5. Number 5, Marnus Labuschagne, I would have said, drop Labuschagne, persist with Green for the batting depth that he can give. So that is why if my ideal Australia lineup should be, it should be Head, Warner, in the order that I'm saying that they should bat also. Then you should have Marsh, Smith, Green, Inglis, Maxwell. That would be a potent Australia lineup then.
I think the only reason they've not done that, I agree that I think a lot of people might suggest that why have Labuschagne and not have a Green and give you that explosive power. I think that Head also coming back after an injury, and I think they want to give themselves the other thing is, what do you do? Labuschagne's got you some runs now, and Green hasn't been that good in this World Cup. So do you then look at the reputation that a player brings, or the style of play that he brings, or you look at form as well? So I think that was also a bit of a debate that they may have had. Had Stoinis been there, then I would be in 100% agreement with what Siddharth is saying, that drop Labuschagne and bring in a Stoinis. But with Green not showing really good form, maybe this wasn't such a bad idea at all. Is what I felt. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
otherwise, I think looks very, very settled. This Australian side, and I think I agree with Siddharth. Yes, that Labuschagne at number 5, uh, yeah, doesn't look appropriate because you're expecting somebody who can accelerate, and I'm doubtful about Labuschagne really accelerating at that position.
You don't know.
no, I think Harshad, what might happen is if Stoinis returns, then I think
Hmm.
Labuschagne's out.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
and you never know. You may not need acceleration. What if you are in that tricky situation? Bad half hour. You need both Smith and Labuschagne both. So
But that's
you
more so
know,
an India thing, right?
uh, no, could happen to anyone. Could happen to
Yeah.
anyone. Before we wind up, game's about to start. Let's make our predictions, score, and who's winning and why. Let's go with the guy who's giving us all audio problems first, so he can be done with and then mute himself.
So my prediction is New Zealand are making about 285, but I think Australia
No,
are
but
chasing it.
it's Australia that is batting now. I think.
Sorry. Australia 285, and I think they're winning it.
The winning at
Australia winning.
285.
Yeah, Australia winning.
Nikhil, you want to go?
No, you go.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the total of 321. Australia winning.
321 Australia winning. Okay. I'm going 302 Australia and New Zealand winning.
Oh,
That would be the first time ever. Remember, New Zealand have never beaten Australia in India. It will happen for the first time today then.
where
There's
Nagpur
always
they
a
played
first
now
time.
earlier. Siddharth, Nagpur they played 2011.
Yes, Nagpur.
Okay, taking a few comments. Akash Bhardwaj says 320 Australia they win. Ritwik, hi to you as well. Vrushab says 280 is what Australia is going to be getting on this. So those are some comments that we got in terms of who's winning. So we'll see once the game is done.
Okay.
So take care. Bye bye. I know Siddharth, be on mute. Yeah, you can say bye bye like this. Don't have to say verbally. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
Difficult,
See
yeah,
you mid
Siddharth.
innings.
Feel for you. Kiwi game, we put you on mute. Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries. Talk with the bat.
Yeah.